Now from SRV Studios, Mr. Craig Thatcher.
Another man, though you wear my wedding ring. Better make up your mind, baby. It's either him or it's me. You better make up your mind, girl. Tell me what's it gonna be. When I let me remind you, I put the bread on the plate. I'm the one pay the bills, you know I'll never pay them late. You better make up your mind, baby. It's either him or it's me. Can't have your cake and eat it too now. Baby, what's it gonna be? On your feet, you're out running round while I get your kids asleep. Better make up your mind, baby. It's either him or it's me. You better make up your mind, girl. Tell me what's it gonna be. Better make up your mind. Make up your mind. It's either him or me. Make up your mind. You better make up your mind, baby. Make up your mind. It's either him or me. Make up your mind. Can't have your cake and eat it too now. Tell me what's it gonna be.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to the Schuylkill River Valley and Sidetrack Sunday number 1 for May 2022. It's good to see everybody. Looks like we got quite a few people here. Normally, I run the live stream schedule off to my left here, but I'm not going to run it tonight. That schedule is pathetically out of date, and it really doesn't make any sense sending you people off to live shows that don't exist anymore. I am working on getting a new one up, and I will get that as soon as I can. Before we get started here, let me say hello to a few people. Let's see, who's here? Al Mars here. Good to see you, Al. Dave P. from DES Media Productions. Dan's Model Railroading Journey. Good to see you, Dan. And there's Derek Alexander. Thanks for stopping in, Derek. Appreciate that. Dwight Curley's here, as is Rick from the Fultz Bailey Model Railroad. Mouth's drying out already. JD, Grandpa Rails, good to see you. Fred Wild just popped in. Good to see you, Fred. Joe Rader from the Black Rock Central Railroad. And Lynn McCurdy and the HDMMRC. Good to see you, Lynn. Manny Fernandez is here. Good to see you, Manny. Andrew from Mr. Pictavid is here. So is Nisi J. Good to see you, Nisi. There's Dwayne's Fork and Spoon Railroad. Looks like he just popped in. Ray Boble, another Sidetrack Sunday convict here. Roy Eltham's here. Good to see you, Roy. And Sparky 107. Good to see you, Sparky. Excuse me. Thomas from Split Rock is here. Good to see you, Thomas. So is Steve Childers. Jason the Train Freak's here, although he's going to be mostly lurking tonight. That makes almost all of the Sidetrack Sunday crew. Let's see who we have here. We have Thomas Grassy. Good to see you, Thomas. Pappy from Try Goglin. And Stephen from Wigwag Workshop. Let's see. See if anybody else has popped in. I think I said hi to Nisi. Oh, Rob from Why Are You Naked For? Good to see you, Rob. I think I said hello to Dwayne from Dwayne's Fork and Spoon. And that looks like everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I did, holler at me. I'll try to catch it. And anybody else watching who hasn't been in chat, welcome. I really appreciate everybody's company. Ian from Lehigh River Subdivision. I don't think I said hello to you. Pappy, I think I got you. Let's see, who else here? Derek Alexander, not sure if I said hello to you or not. Okay, I think now I got everyone. So I thought tonight we'll get back on the... Oh, there's Amanda from Greet and Grace Health and Wellness. Good to see you, Amanda. Appreciate you stopping in. Get back on the diorama again. No, I didn't say hello to Heath yet, Mr. Pictavid. I guess now I did, and he'll probably be showing up any time now. So, like I said, I get back on the diorama, and I still do have a little bit more detailing to do on the river, but I thought tonight John Benicki's here. I forgot to mention John Benicki, and I also forgot Ethan Armitage. Ethan was in here pretty early, and so was Brian from the Iron Horse Route, DNRGW. And Artie stopped in. He got the bronze medal again. I'm not sure if he's still here. And there's Mike the Rail Artist. Good to see you, Mike. Let's see. Heath is like Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times and he appears. Okay, I just said it twice, so I'm not going to say it the 3rd time. Maybe we'll get lucky. So, like I said, I still have some work. Manny Fernandez, I'm not sure if I said hello to you. If I did, well, then I said hello to you twice. But I thought I would start on a little bit of the ground cover, maybe some trees, maybe some grass, and we'll see where it goes from there. The river is almost done, but I just needed a break from all that water. So, see, we got medals. All I ever got was a participation trophy. You must be younger than me, Thomas, because we didn't get participation trophies. You're right, Derek. Heath must not be here. We haven't had any questions yet. All right, so I still don't have my my overhead camera set up yet. So I'm going to put you folks on hold for a second and reposition my camera. I don't want to make everybody sick while I move it all over the place. So you folks, I did say, yes, I did, JD. I did say grass. And I think you're probably aging yourself with that comment. Actually, I did get that message, Lynn. I was just trying to play him off a little bit here. Every time I start with grass, I just get hungry, go eat, and then nap. That must mean you don't start with enough grass, Rob. All right, so like I said, I don't want to make everybody sick. So chat amongst yourselves while I get set up here. All right, folks, I'm back, and I see Heath did stop in. Good to see you, Heath. Thanks for stopping there. And Norman Rowe, how are you? Good to see you. Yes, the tune SRV is a tribute to Stevie Ray Vaughan. It was done in Stevie Ray style. I'd love to say it was written about me, but or for my channel, but it really wasn't. Okay, so here's the, let me get a drink of water here. It's hot in here tonight for some reason. Okay, so here's the layout where we left it off last month. And let me get situated here. Yep, you're right, Andrew. I guess it's all your fault that he's here. You know what? I did forget. I just saw Steven say go V. I'm assuming he means go V or go home. I did miss Chris. Chris was in earlier. Let's see. Okay, so this is where I left off last time. I'm sorry, this really isn't the best view here. Jeff, the railroad enthusiast, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, Jeff. Let's see. I do realize this isn't the best view. It's not horrible, I guess, but for now it's going to have to do. So over here we have the, oh, that's right. They make it like that. Tim was in earlier, and he's back. Good to see you, Tim. Welcome back. Yeah, that works for me, Andrew. Let's see. So, this is the boat ramp. As you can see, I did break off one of the little pontoons, but guess that was to be expected, being right there at the edge. I'll have to fix that at some point. But this is the boat ramp. This is a very rustic macadam road. This is all based on a prototype boat ramp. It's no longer there. It's been replaced by a more modern one now. But this is what it looked like back in the 70s and 80s. It was just some concrete-like buffers, similar to parking buffers, with just some dirt in between them. It was actually pretty effective. It gave a lot of traction getting your boat, getting your truck or your station wagon or whatever back out of the water. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. It's coming along. Looks like a pontoon. Actually, I did have. I originally made a pontoon boat for this diorama, but that came out too good, so that's going to go on my HO layout. And that's why I ended up putting this little speedboat over here in its place. So anyhow, this is, or at least at the time, was a very rustic, they used to call it macadam. It really wasn't macadam. It was asphalt, but it was very coarse, very large stones, and an extremely rough surface. So I'm going to start with next to that, I'm going to be putting in just a dirt and gravel parking lot for turning around once you get your boat out, or get your boat into the water, I should say. So we're going to start with a little Anthony Dodge. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you being here, and thank you. So we're going to start with just some white glue. Ken Amos, good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. I'm not really paying attention to chat all that much, so if I miss you, I apologize. And if I miss any questions, I apologize. So we're just going to start just with a little bit of white glue. As you can probably see here, this isn't a very flat area. It wasn't actually a parking lot. The parking lot was back that way, off the diorama. But this was just a little turnaround area where they threw down some gravel to, I guess, help soak up some of the water dripping off the cars. So now we're gonna sprinkle on a little bit more dirt. Oh, Jason, this is just the plain old Elmer's, so it smells like Elmer's. What are you using? That was Elmer's glue and real dirt. And I am now going to sprinkle on top some fine ballast that I ground up and made even a little finer, and that's too much. Let's see. Chris asked if I'm going to be using any static grass. I'm not certain. I won't be tonight. I may be adding some static grass. If I do, it'll probably be like at least 4 millimeters, which is one of the reasons I'm not adding any in tonight, because I don't have anything that size. All I have is 2 millimeters, and this isn't a nicely kept area. Jeff, yes. Let's see. Am I adding a speedboat? Yes, you can probably see it right here. That's just a quick little speedboat that I carved out of balsa wood. It's not quite finished yet. It needs a driver. And it needs a windshield and a few more details, but they will come. So, oh, okay. You can't smell your glue, Jason. I can't smell mine either. So I guess we're both good. All right. So now. Is this the 23rd STS? Actually, Thomas, it's the 8th. I need to add a dinghy with a mini Heath in it. I put up with Heath enough on Chat and Sidetrack Sunday. You think I want him on my diorama? And there's Brian from the Iron Horse Route DNRGW. Good to see you, Brian. Appreciate you stopping in. So now I'm just adding a little wetting agent, some IPA and water mixture. And some... Get the lid off of it here. There we go. And some scenic glue, which is just Elmer's and water, roughly a 50-50 mix. Something we've all used a bunch of times. So let's see here. Now you got it, Andrew. I like that idea. And I didn't know you could hear me, Heath. Heath, if I didn't say that, you wouldn't know who I was. Isn't IPA a homemade beer? Well, it's some kind of beer. India Pale Ale, I believe, and it's a beer I personally can't stand. But IPA is also, yes, IPA is kind of hoppy. It's a bit hoppier than I like. But it's also isopropyl alcohol. And Heath being in a dinghy would only fit if John, Ray, Rick, and I were in the speedboat. I'm not sure there'd be enough room in there for all of us, Jason. And Thomas likes using a 50-50 mix, but only 20-20 of the time. All right. Dwayne's leaving. Good to see you, Dwayne. Appreciate you being here. You have a good night, sir. Okay, so let's see. That's gonna dry. We'll leave that. Now we're gonna find my brush here, and Lynn's, the only beer Lynn likes is root beer. I actually prefer birch beer, but root beer certainly is not as a good option. Now we're just going to put in around here just some very light, very thinned out, beat up grass. No speedboat for Rick, especially if Ray's at the helm. Well, considering it's my speedboat, Rick, it'll probably be me at the helm. I'm not sure if that's any better or not. Is that like MD 2020? That is some nasty stuff, JD. I have a few horror stories involving MD 2020. It is a nice pontoon boat, Thomas. It was based on a buddy of mine's. He had a 28-foot pontoon boat, which was definitely a party boat. I have absolutely no idea what that is, Steve. Ralph Greenwood, good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, I don't think you want to see any of us in a Speedo, Thomas. All right, so now let me get my my burnt grass here. There's my burnt grass. And this is not going to be very thick. Just going to be some pretty rough burnt grass that stole around the edge of the parking lot. Because I'm sure some of these people were pulling up into the grass here, and wearing it down over the years. That's a scary picture, Amanda. Oh, I have to go back and see what that was. Yes, break out those Speedos. No, you know what? My Speedo days, Amanda, are long gone. And Jason doesn't have enough beard to make a Speedo. That beard grows much longer, Jason. You won't need a Speedo. Well, Ian, it's not that Speedos are bad. They just need to be on the right body, that's all. All right. So, all right, I think that's gonna have to dry before we can come back onto this. The woodland scenics just need a little burnt grass. Yeah, doesn't smell much like burnt grass in here. Not that I know what it smells like. I actually would imagine them wearing a Barat slingshot. No, thank you. Probably not even in my best day. And the last time Rob wore Speedo, he got death threats. Southern Yankees Trains, good to see you, sir. Appreciate you being here. Sparky, I really didn't need to know that. Okay, so now I'm gonna move over to this side a little bit. And what I envisioned here, right along this top edge, is now we need mini prints to make 4 guys in the slingshot suit. Oh, I'm glad you said 4, Thomas, because now I can leave myself out of that one. Scott from Hillbilly Railroad, good to see you, Scott. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so what I envisioned here is some, what's the word? Wild raspberry bushes. We had wild raspberry bushes in the woods out behind my house, and raspberries always were one of my favorite berries. So I made a few. And let me put this, put some glue here. Thank you, Thomas. I certainly appreciate that. It's good to see you folks know me. Yeah, we all ain't right? Yeah, that's it. You're normal, the rest of us aren't. If you can't imagine that, Heath, it's probably not worth asking. Okay, well, here you go, Derek. Here's some HO scale wild raspberries. I made these some time ago. Let's see if you can, if I give you a decent view of them here. And you can, I think you can see the raspberries on there. So these raspberry bushes, I made these out of furnace filter, which I then sprayed with some spray glue, added some fine turf. Jennifer Bailey, good to see you. Appreciate you being here, Jen. Now you can keep an eye on the old man. Probably a good idea, Rick. I mean, excuse me, Heath. So this was furnace filter. I sprayed it with some spray glue. Added some Woodland Scenics fine turf. I used the dark green weeds, and then just got some He's holding you hostage, huh? Hey, you know what, Thomas? We all have to play to our strengths. So then I got some crimson colored paint, actually called alizarin crimson, and painted on the bushes. Looks like poppies. Well, they're wild raspberries. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So now let's want to add some low grass around these since they don't just grow up out of the dirt like that. Let's see. Not a chance, Jason. I did see you guys were on for something like 4 hours the other night. No, I'm not going to be on for 4 hours. Rusty from Possum Bayou, good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in. Well, we know John can beat around the bush. I'm not going to touch that, right? Maybe I think I missed that. I gotta get back and see this. Maybe he has crimson and clover paint. Actually, it was just crimson. If he doesn't beat it into the bush first. Honestly, I really have no idea how far I'm going to get tonight. I don't have any of this planned. I'm kind of winging it. John Wimbletrain, good to see you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So, like I said, I didn't have much planned. Just gonna kind of wing it and see how we go. Well, I guess that depends on the size of the hammock or the size of the banana. And Tim from CP368 Productions, if he could live stream, he would gladly do a 6-hour stream and put the record out of reach. But I can't even get my laptop to load pages with my data speeds. There's no way I could do a 6-hour live stream, even a 4-hour live stream. I get tired of hearing myself talk by the end of the first hour. John Benicki, I know I saw you earlier. I'm not sure if I said hello to you. If I didn't, hello. If I did, well, hello again. Let's see. Dispatch knows not to let us on the main line. A gator hammock. I don't know about that. Something about the those big teeth would scare me. And probably anybody else looking at that hammock. There you go, Brian. Brian could set up a 3D print and go live for hours. Well, you can talk, Brian. So that's are y'all talking about an arm swing? Well, I guess that depends on size. Let's see, you just need the right people. Artie and I did a 4.5 hours and are planning a 24-hour one. Well, you and Artie are two guys who can also talk. See, I'm much more the quiet kind. I run out of, like I said, I run out of things to say. I get tired of hearing myself talk. Let's see. It's already going to complain for 24 hours straight. I'll make popcorn. Well, that's true, Anthony, but half the time he's not even there. He's just running trains. So I'm not sure that really counts. Ray calls BS. I'm not quite sure what he's calling BS on. Let's see. No, I guess you don't have to talk the whole time. Although I've seen a few live streams with nobody talking, and that does get kind of dull. Well, thank you, Thomas. I'm glad somebody noticed. 2 hours and I'm toast and I need a nap. Well, that's kind of what I was trying to avoid saying, Steve. But yeah, after about an hour or so, I'm kind of worn out myself. You got to make them count, Jason. I learned that a long time ago. All right, Rusty is laying track-wise watching this. That's good, Rusty. Get something done instead of just watching me. So now, all right, what am I going to move on to? Like I said, I have nothing really planned here. I think maybe we'll I know who my friends are now. I think I probably saw that same live stream, Thomas. That's perfect. That's perfect, Sparky. Flag football season started last Sunday, so Ian is shot every Sunday now. Do you play flag football, Ian? All right, so that means about 8 hours and 20 minutes? All right, so now I think I'm going to start placing some trees. Probably not going to be actually gluing these in place tonight, but I want to get them placed so I can put some ground cover around them. And I'm going to start here with this dead tree. I like to include Ian is middle linebacker and safety. Wow. My days of playing flag football are long gone. I envy you, though, Ian. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. And there's Bob from PK and W Model Works. Good to see you, Bob. Don't apologize. You made it. I did that just for you, Rick. Okay, so I'm going to start with this dead tree. I like to include dead trees on my layout because, well, trees die. So I was kind of thinking this would be a perfect spot for it. So I'm just going to be placing them tonight and then marking them. Oh, Steve, cinnamon rolls. Ooh, they sound good. She's a keeper, man. I used to work with this woman who she was a chef. She was a baker, and her cinnamon rolls made the Best of Philadelphia magazine for like 7 or 8 years running. They were the most incredible cinnamon rolls I ever had. They were just, they were little. They were only, maybe that big around. But they were absolutely fantastic. I miss those cinnamon rolls. There you go, JD. Cinnamon rolls and bourbon cream. All right, so that's going to be my dead tree. Let's see. Okay, and I have this tree, which, let's see, you can see has one branch here off to the side that has no foliage on it, and I've already positioned where that one's going to go, and that is over here someplace. If the cinnamon roll isn't the size of your head, I don't want it, you know? I used to think big cinnamon rolls were the way to go too, but those little ones were absolutely amazing. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, this one's going to go here. And the idea with this guy here is going to there's going to be a tire swing hanging off of there, so that's why I had this spot picked out for him. I don't have the tire swing made yet, but all right, he'll go there. Let's see. All right, now figure out where I'm going to put some of these pine trees. Trim him off here. And Jason doesn't want to swing on any of Rick's limbs. Can't say I blame you, Jason. I believe Rick calls them buns. Well, Ray, you can always count on Sidetrack Sunday for a good laugh. If it's not the on-screen folks, it'll be the people in chat. Let's see, Jeff. Oops, Jeff, am I building a bridge here? This is actually a drawbridge, and the drawbridge is going to run across here. It was an old Pola kit that was in pretty sad shape, and well, thank you, Chris. I certainly appreciate that. I actually made these. Good night, Brian. Appreciate you being here, man. I realize you got to go to school tomorrow, so have a good night. I actually made these trees following a method that Luke Towan used. I saw on Luke's channel quite some time ago. And I was really impressed with it. So I decided to try it. Oh yeah, I have the bridge. It's not all put together, but it will give you an idea. Here's the drawbridge, which will run from, well, right about there. There is a little section that goes on the back here. And I also have a scratch-built control room to control the bridge. And anyhow, this bridge was in really sad shape when I got it. It was, it still had the pathetic big hand crank, which I took off, and lots of it was broken, and the glue had started to fail, and I was actually just going to toss it in the bin, but I decided to resurrect it, and I was happy with it when I got done. So that's why I decided to build this diorama for a place to put it. The area that I'm modeling, a drawbridge wouldn't have been appropriate. So I figured I'd make this diorama, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it when it's done. I will might use it for for taking photographs. Not sure yet. Actually, I didn't know that, Rob. I'd only ever seen it under the Pola name. And it wasn't a bad bridge, but it had a pretty fake-looking scenery base to it. And like I said, that stupid hand crank that made it operate, but it didn't look anything close to prototypical. And Cameron, how are you? Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. I should ask my guitar teacher to do bridge songs for your STHC. Bridge over troubled water, bridge over the River Kwai. Yeah, that would be cool, Thomas, except at least bridge over troubled water I'd have some copyright issues with. Probably bridge over the River Kwai, too. Or take me to the river by the Talking Heads. There you go. Oh, Ken's leaving. Good night, Ken. Appreciate you being here. Oh, Rob loves this bridge. Oh, cool, Rob. I hope you like what I end up doing with it, with the control tower. The control tower I modeled after... I found on YouTube somebody had done a video and it included a drawbridge that looks an awful lot like this one, and had a control tower attached to it. So I modeled my control tower after that one. Probably a good thing you didn't have a future at Kmart, Ian. You're right, Kmart didn't have a future either. So let's see here. Oh, Z Fantasy Trains, good to see you, Z. Appreciate you stopping in. Bridge of Sighs by Robin Trower. Don't know that one. All right, it needs to be a little deeper. Yeah, Bob, you're probably right. That probably is in the public domain by now, and I didn't realize that was the name of the song. Imperial March, okay. What ever happened to A through J Mart? Kmart actually came from Kresge's, which was a department store many, many years ago. So, yes, you're right, Anthony. It doesn't. The performance can also be copyrighted. Colonel Boogie March, yeah. Guess we're all aging ourselves. Let's all go down to the road. I guess we're all aging ourselves with these songs we're coming out with. Oh, that would be cool, Tim. SS Kresge Mart. Yep, you're right. I don't think the Kresge name really exists anymore. And Robin Trower is coming to Chicago this month. That's cool. All right, now, you remember the JR Mart? Lots of shootings took place there. Never heard of a JR Mart. Must be an Arkansas thing. Okay, I do have a weeping willow tree that I made. I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with it. It's not bad, but I think it needs a little bit more work. See what you guys think of it. Let's see. Bob wants to know if anyone else got one of the first Home Shops car shipments. I'm waiting an open mind. No, I haven't even heard of it. So, Ian knows that because his half-brother's last name is Kresge. Okay, cool. Well, so far, Anthony, I haven't had that problem, although all I play on mine are Craig Thatcher's songs, his original songs performed by him. So I really don't expect to have a problem. So I think I might put the willow tree there. I think that it will look, it's not bad. Like I said, it's not a bad willow tree. Not the best, but yeah, but you're end up dealing with YouTube, Bob, and that might not be it might not be a given. Let's All Go Down to the River was published in 1880. Let's see, if I ever have a theme for my YouTube shows, I will do it myself. That's the way to do it, Mike. Then you certainly own it. So I think we'll put, let's see, he's going to go there. I think we'll put this guy right in about here. I actually don't remember any Kresge's. They were all gone from my area by by my time. But my parents often talked about it. Exactly, Anthony, and that's the problem there. Because anybody can make a claim without having any real justification. No doubt just trying to extort money out of people. Yes, Chris, I do have some plans for some wildlife. I have a couple snakes that I made, which will be crawling up out of the river here. That should be no problem, Lynn. I mean, it's your music. The stuff that I use from Craig's is recorded, and like I said, it's his original music recorded by him, and I haven't had any problem, and I would be extremely unhappy with YouTube if I end up having any sort of problems. And yes, you're right, Ian Kresge's was from Allentown. Pappy, there are so many Landises around, and half of them aren't related to the other half. So there's actually quite a few separate Landis families. Let's see. Split Rock wonders if Tim from They Make It Like That wants to add graffiti to the bridge. Tim does some really awesome graffiti. And I think maybe we're going to go with one more evergreen tree here. Epidemic Sound has some nice music. I know Tom from Tom's Trains and Things uses them. The problem is I'm not a fan of any monthly fees, and I've always kind of wondered what happens when I don't want to pay the monthly fee anymore. Ray Bobo, ask John if he will have sparrows on the diorama. I don't know about birds, maybe. We'll see. I mean, I do have snakes. I do have the fish, which is right here. There will be a fisherman pulling him out of the water. Like I said, there will be a couple snakes. And there's a hiking path that's going to go right along here. And I figure I'll have a few people there, maybe a dog with them. What are you going to do with the hole you made lower right? Lower right. Lower right. This hole, that hole, that's going to be this tree here with the tire swing hanging from it, and a kid on the tire swing swinging out over the river. Rob's also not a fan of monthly fees. The power company and him go round and round all the time. Well, the simple solution to that one, Rob, is don't pay him monthly. Just don't let it go too long. Hiking path with guys beating half coconuts together. Sparky's leaving. Good night, Sparky. Appreciate you being here, man. Let's see. Someone tried to claim one of Chris's live videos for their channel. Wow. Let's see. Raymond Anthony 127. Good to see you. I've just been working on my diorama here. Doing a little bit of little parking area over here, some burnt grass. I put in some wild raspberry bushes, and now working on some trees. I don't think we're going to use him. He's a little too hefty. Let's try this guy. Oh, hi, Edward from Happy Valley Hobbies. Good to see you. Okay. He fits in there a little better if I straighten that up. All right, that looks good. All right. Let's see, what time is it? Wow, it's 5 after 9 already. All right, let's see here. What else did I want to get done tonight? I think I'm going to put some cheese scale trees would make great end scale sequoias. I'm going to put some clump foliage over here, since I really don't have room for any trees, at least not any of the trees that I have. Get the glue off there. Let me get my scissors here. I'm not usually a big fan of clump foliage. I like stuff with a little bit more. Yeah, good luck, Jason. I like stuff with a little bit more height to it. Some, some structure holding it up. But certain places I don't mind. Okay, Lynn says a YouTube video in a couple weeks from now. After the model train show on the 14th, he'll have his Rolling Hills module with lots of trees, all kinds of trees. Looking forward to it, Lynn. All right, Ray, have a good night. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a better week this week than you did last week. That's true, Raymond. There really isn't a scale for trees. Trees come in virtually all sizes. As long as it looks right is all that really matters. All right, now let's wet this down a little bit. And we'll just add some scenic glue on here, so hopefully this stuff stays where I put it. We'll see. Get out of my river. Get the paper towel here. And Train Freak says his trees are super. Let's see. Home Shops is a new provider of rolling stock badged for famous freelance model railroads. First releases are tangent scale models, covered hoppers labeled for 2 or 3 roads. That's pretty cool, Bob. I hadn't heard of that. Hadn't heard of them. I will have to look into it. All right, and I think I just saw a spot here that needs some clump foliage. Jeff, yeah, I probably will be sprinkling some lighter color, not exactly glitter, but some lighter color ground turf just to simulate, what am I trying to say, sunlight coming off the trees. Anyhow, these trees, like I started to say, these trees were made using Luke Talon's technique. It uses, what is it, coconut mat, which I had no idea what that was. It's a mat made out of shredded coconut husks, coconut shells, and it's used in the florist industry for putting underneath plants and flowers, I guess. Ralph, thanks for stopping in. You have a good night, sir. Appreciate you being here. Does a real nice job. I'm real happy with the trees. But the coconut mat is really not pleasant to work with. You have to kind of tease it apart, and it's very hard on the fingers. Yeah, Stephen, I'll probably be adding some burnt grass to the top too. I do like the lighter effect with the. Is there a lime in the coconut? I do like the effect of the sunlight hitting the trees. I didn't want to do that until I had the trees in place, though. So let's see, where are we? Okay. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I'm pretty happy with it so far. Let's see. All right. What time we got here? We have. All right. Let me. I think I'm gonna stop here on the diorama for tonight. So let me put you folks on hold again, so I can readjust my my desk here. I'll be right back. Rob, have a good night. Appreciate you being here. Go enjoy your peanut butter and jelly. All right, folks. So that's oh Jesus, I'm losing all my clump foliage here. Well, JD, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Andrew, Mr. Prick David. I appreciate that. Good night, Ian. Appreciate you being here. Thank you, Joe. That's about all I have for tonight, folks. It's like I said, it's I didn't really have anything planned. I just kind of went with it. Thank you, Thomas. I appreciate that. So don't forget, next week, Sidetrack Sunday is Heath. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Thomas, thank you. I appreciate that. I will be back with more probably next month. I'm enjoying this, enjoying the diorama. So don't forget. Is that the? It's yes, it's a nightlight, but it's actually what is it? A Himalayan salt crystal. It's this room gets pretty dry in the winter, and that helps actually. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Like I started to say, next week is Sidetrack Sunday is Heath. So don't miss that. And I'm gonna end it here. So I will see you folks during the week on streams. Don't forget Tom tomorrow night. Heath will let's see. On Track Tuesday should be Wilmer, and Heath is coming on after Wilmer, I believe. And Jason usually does a premiere of some ops on Monday night. I don't know if he has that planned or not. And I guess I'll see you folks during the week sometime. Have a great week, and thank you, Jason. Have a great week, and take care, all. Good night now.